Okay, so now we're going to look at domain. So finding the domain of some logarithmic functions. It says here, state the domain of the following log functions. As we look at example 4 here, we got f of x equal to log base 10 of 2x minus 1. Now, you remember our definition. Logarithms, log base a of x equals some number y, right? If and only if a to y equal x. We know our restriction on x, right? Our domain is x must be greater than 0. We cannot take the log of a negative. So when we're looking at this logarithm, we know our domain is our real number values of x that satisfy this function. So we got to find out when 2x minus 1 will be greater than 0. So as we solve that, right, as we solve for x, we get 2x greater than 1. As we divide out the coefficient on both sides, we get x greater than 1/2. Well, there's our domain, right? There's our restriction. So in the interval notation, greater than 1/2, parenthesis 1/2 to infinity. And if you were to graph it, that's where our graph would take place on the x-axis. Start at 0.5, which again wouldn't get there. It'd be where our vertical asymptote takes place, right? A defined location, but again, it'll go from there to infinity. Let's do the same thing, example 5. Log base 1/3 of square root of 6 minus x is our given function. Well, again, let's think back to our base. This base is greater than 0 but less than 1. So if you were to graph it, this would be decreasing based off that base being less than 1. With that, we got a logarithm in which we're taking log of the square root of 6 minus x. So as we're finding our domain, right, we know our values must be greater than 0, what we're taking log of. So let's go ahead and find out what makes that true. What's going to satisfy this function? So as we set it greater than 0, now as we solve that for x, we would need to square both sides to get rid of the square root. So 6 minus x is greater than 0 as we square both sides of the inequality. And as we're solving for x, we subtract the 6 on both sides. Negative x is greater than negative 6. And then we can multiply both sides by negative 1. Now we do that, that reverses the inequality. We multiply or divide by negative, flips it. We got x less than 6. So numbers like 5 or 4 or 3. There's our domain restriction. So our domain, again, all the real number values of x would be negative infinity to 6. There's our domain in an interval notation. About example 6, we got our logarithm base e, natural log of x squared minus 4. So we got to find out when x squared minus 4 is greater than 0 to find the domain. As we solve that for x, right, as we're looking at this quadratic, this is a polynomial inequality. So we can go ahead and look at finding the solutions to the related equation, right? When is x squared minus 4 equal to 0? What are the zeros? I'm just going to go ahead and factor it. It's a difference of squares, x minus 2 times x plus 2. So that implies we got x minus 2 equal to 0, or x plus 2 equal to 0. So we have x equal to 2 or x equal to negative 2. As you remember, as you're looking at polynomial inequalities, negative 2 and 2, now based off this graph, you were to graph it, and you could use test values also. But I know with the multiplicity of both of these zeros being 1, and this being a even degree polynomial, our leading term test, even degree, and we have a positive leading coefficient, I know the ends go the same direction, and it crosses through the x-axis of these locations. But graphically, right, if you were to graph this quadratic, this is what it would look like graphically. And with that said, now from the graph, just using my quadratic characteristics, we know in our intervals where are we greater than 0. So we're trying to solve this. Greater than 0, let's highlight it in blue. Greater than 0 is here where? Negative infinity to negative 2. We got positive values. And then 2 to infinity. We're negative in here, between negative 2 and 2. So our domain, we got 2 intervals that make up our domain. All the x values less than negative 2, or all the x values greater than 2. So a little review of polynomial inequalities on that one and finding our domain. But there are restrictions, less than negative 2 and greater than 2. And you can see why if you plug them in, right? If you plug in a number like 0, right, it's not in the domain restriction. The 0 squared is 0. 0 minus 4 is a negative. If you plug in -3 or +3, you get 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. You can take the log of a positive. It just can't be a negative. Can't be 0. So those are, again, good examples of defining domain logarithms. Moving on, let's look at the change of base formula. This is our last topic here as we're looking at logarithms. Changing from base A to base B. So going from base A to base B. And this is helpful if you want to involve your calculator. Your calculator has a couple of different shortcut keys, log base 10, log base E, will allow you to change it easily. Well, change of base form is a fraction. So if log base A of x is given to you and you want to change to a new base, we'll call it B. Well, the formula is a fraction. The numerator is log base B of x. Whatever you're taking a log of, we're going to take the log of here in the numerator, divided by log base B of your old base, A. So log base B of A. So using common logs, if we're changing to base 10, log base 10 of x over log base 10 of A. Right, log of x over log of A, abbreviating. And log base E, natural logs. Right, log base E of x over log base E of A. All right, well, let's use the change of base formula to evaluate log base 2 of 35. And I'm going to use my change of base formula. I'm going to go from base 2 to base 10. So using base 10, this will be log base 10 of x, log base 10 of 35, over log base 10 of the old base. So log of 35 over log of 2 is what is equivalent to. So let's go ahead and put that in. I'll show you on the calculator. Let's pull our calculator up. What is the log? Now here's our log key. Log of 35 divided by, now make sure we type that in correctly. Right, as we type that in, log of 35, we put that in parentheses, close it, divided by the log of the old base, the log of 2. All right, I end up with 2.065, right, as we were going there. So if we round the nearest thousand, 2.065. 2.065, right, for that logarithm. Right, well, be careful when typing that in. So putting that in on your TI, right, that would mean 2 to the 2.265 power is 35, which we know is not true, right? What power do you raise your base to get x is our question. So we're looking at 2 to what power? Well, 2 to the 4th power is what? 16. 2 to the 5th power is 32. 2 to the 6th power is, it's going to be 5 point something. So just make sure you type it in correctly. So again, maybe it will help us just do it separately. What's log of 35 divided by log of the old base? 2. There it is, 5.129. So 5.129, just be careful. Type it in my calculator. It doesn't allow me to plug it in there with parentheses on this app that I have here we're using. But there it is, using the change of base formula. Right, 2 to the 5.1. We knew it was between 5 and 6. 2 to the 5th power is 32. 2 to the 6th power is 64. Let's do this here example. Let's go with the next one. I got base 7. Let's change it over just to be different. Let's change it to base E. I calculated a shortcut for that one. So this is equal to what? Natural log base E, right? Let's do that together. So log base E, which is natural log of 52, divided by log base E of the old base. So natural log of 52 divided by the natural log of 7. So let's type that in together. What's the natural log of 52? Natural log of 52 divided by the natural log of 7. All right, as I get 2.031 rounded. 2.031. And that makes sense, right? We know that 7 squared is 49, right? So 7 cubed would be too great. So it's between 2 and 3. So yeah, 2.031 approximately. But that's using base E. So again, change the base formula allows you to easily change it over, either base 10 or base E, right? And I did either one because we have the shortcut keys. So for example, if you want to get a quick sketch, right, graphing on your calculator, you could use your change of base formula, right? You could change this. So, for example, you could go to your y equal button, use your log key. This will be equal to the log of x plus 3 divided by the log of 5, right? And you can type that in easily, get a picture of your graph, right, to sketch it. So you can go to your calculator and use the log key to graph it. So I hope that helps you. Change of base is helpful. It's helpful, again, as we're looking at, again, valuations of logarithms. We know, again, of course, for example, we look back at the beginning, log base 2 of 8, right? The power which we raised 2 is 3, right? We can confirm that now with our change of base formula, right? We can also write this as the log of 8 over the log of 2, or the log of e, or natural log of 8 over the natural log of 2.